What's up, Comic Frontline? It's Mr. J here, and I hope you guys are ready to travel through time. Let's get our screwdrivers, hop in our TARDISes, and get this thing started. If that intro wasn't cue enough for you guys, I'm here to cover Doctor Who Series 10 for you guys here on Comic Frontline. Note though, I am not a massive Doctor Who aficionado, meaning I don't know a whole lot about like the massive back history of Doctor Who. Granted, I've seen a couple of like the classic runs here and there, and I might know a couple things, but there are gonna be references that fly over my head. So do not attack me in the comments if I miss something. Honestly, if I miss something, just tell me about it, because I would really like to learn more. Because again, I'm relatively new to Doctor Who, and I say relatively because I started with the Moffat era, and I figured, you know what, I gotta cover this season because it's gonna be Moffat's last, and this is where I started with the franchise. I gotta, give it some love. Plus, new companion, I gotta talk about that. So, sorry this is up a little late, by the way, just in case you guys were wondering, but time is relative, doesn't matter. So anyway, if you haven't seen the episode, quick warning, if you haven't, click off this episode, hit the like button on your way out, subscribe to Comic Frontline if you haven't already, but once you finish the episode, come back, and then you can leave your thoughts and feels in the comments down below. So this is Series 10, Episode 1, The Pilot. So we are introduced to Bill, the new companion for this series, and Bill is pretty awesome. I like her personality. She works at the university. She makes chips. She just works at the cafeteria. She doesn't actually go to the college itself, but she, I really like just how she talks about like this girl she was into, but then she gave her extra chips because she was, flirting with her and whatnot, but then it made her fat, and so the girl stopped, talking to her, and she was like, whatever, I like chips more than I like models anyway. I really like that sense of personality. And another cool thing that I like about Bill is she's very kind of inquisitive, but also like more direct action oriented, because like even though she doesn't go to the school, she sneaks in, and well, not sneaks in, but she goes to listen to the doctor's lectures just because she likes it. So we know she's smart. We know that she's willing to bend the rules a bit to do what she wants, and she's not afraid to do what she wants. So that's gonna be really cool, because a problem that people had with Clara for a while was that Clara wasn't really an action type of person, because when she was introduced, it was more of like the lovey type of thing with her original doctor, and of course like that changed throughout, and with Capaldi it kind of hit a low point for Clara, which is why I'm glad we got a new companion. No offense to Jenna Coleman at all, I honestly love her. I thought she was great. There are a bunch of Clara haters out there, I know, but personally, I thought she was pretty decent for the most part. But Bill is really cool. She's really fun. And I like that the doctor, when he bonds with Bill, he's like, alright, I'm gonna be your personal tutor. And I really like his office. I thought his office was pretty dope. You see on his desk, he has a picture of River, and he has a picture of his granddaughter Susan. I'm like, oh, that's Susan. Nice. Is it? I want to say it's either his granddaughter or his daughter. I'm not entirely sure. Correct me in the comments. I thought that was cool. And then, when it's Christmas time, so I'm not really sure how much time has passed since the Husbands of River song. But we know Nardole is there, so it pretty much it's a continuation from there. But we don't know how much time has passed. But then again, how much time? Whoever really knows how much time has passed when it comes to Doctor Who, Like, it's always wibbly-wimey, timey-wimey. So, anyway, back to the plot. Whatchamacallit, Bill interacts with this chick who has this birth defect that makes one of her eyes look like a star. She thinks she's really cute, and I feel like this is going to be a pattern throughout the season where Bill finds a love interest and something goes horribly wrong, which I'm actually kind of interested in seeing, because like it's gonna be different, because most of the time it's either like companion has a thing for the doctor, or it's two companions who get together and stuff like that. You know, like, of course, back in the days of Rose, and of course most famously Amy and Rory. But I'm not entirely sure. Is she confirmed to be a lesbian, or is she just bi? Like, again, tell me in the comments. I didn't really research this particular. I didn't really research the season. I wanted to kind of go in blind. But yeah, I'm really interested to see where that goes. I loved how the Doctor got to reveal the TARDIS, and how his lecture on the TARDIS paralleled that. You know, how he talks about how the TARDIS is life. And kind of, it also goes kind of deeper into his connection with the TARDIS. I liked how that scene was set up. And again, I liked the gift exchange between the Doctor and Bill, where Bill gave the Doctor a rug, and the Doctor does something really, really sweet, where he, after he finds out that Bill's mother died when she was a baby, he goes back in time and he takes a bunch of pictures for her so that she can have some kind of memories. And it's a really, really nice gesture, and that shows some really cool character development for Capaldi's Doctor, because, at first he's kind of just like the sassy, grumpy old man, and slowly but surely he starts gaining his humanity back, and, you see more, like, tangible emotions with him. So, and I guess the turning point for that was, his final time with River. So I thought that was nice. So he kind of understands the importance of having, your time and your memories with your loved ones, which I guess also is signified by the picture and whatnot. So that's cool. So later on, we see, this puddle comes into play, because it's kind of weird that this puddle's been there, even though it's been a week since it's still there, even though it's been a week since it's rained. And when the pretty girl that Bill is interested in, Heather, she looks into the puddle, it looks like she gets sucked into the puddle. So Bill gets freaked out. She tells the Doctor goes running off, and he tries to play it off like, oh, it's just an optical effect, don't worry about it. So Bill tries to go about her day. She goes back home, and then, her foster mom calls, and it's basically like, she's asking, he's like, hey, is somebody staying here in the flat? Because she hears the shower going off, and like her foster mom is like, huh? What are you talking about? And she goes, oh, nothing. So she goes to check in the shower, and nobody's in the shower, but when she sees the drain, the water like looks at her. I really love the effect of this like water chick, like the puddle lady. I don't know what to call it. Again, I must seem like a really bad Doctor Who fan. I don't know terminologies and whatnot. But again, relatively new. Bear with me. I am here to learn, so educate me in the comments. Do not harass. Or you will be exterminated. Speaking of exterminated, we end up, once we get the reveal of the TARDIS, jumping back to that, and the Doctor decides to help. It's really cool, because I always love when companions first experience the TARDIS, because it's kind of like obviously the companion is meant to be the audience surrogate, so I love whenever they're like, whoa, what the fuck? And Bill, she takes a minute to really realize what this is, but then when she does, it's like, what? Oh shit. And I love that reaction. It's so fun. It's so realistic. I mean, as realistic as Doctor Who can be. So they're jumping around. They're trying to figure out what exactly it is. Like, why is this puddle thing chasing Bill? And it jumps from place to place. We even run across some Daleks, and we get to the end of time pretty much. They try to jump through the fires of time, the hottest fire throughout time, and then eventually they realize that the reason this thing is connected to Bill is because, they made a promise to each other, that her and Heather made a promise that like she wouldn't leave without her. And so Bill kind of released, the doctor figures out that she has to release Heather from her promise, and so she does. The Heather disappears, and then like the doctor tries to drop Bill off, and then then he goes and tries to erase her memory. And I love that she's like, "You don't think I don't know what a mind wipe looks like? I pay attention. I watch TV. I know what this looks like, and I'm not gonna do that. This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. I want this." And at first, the doctor is very hesitant about taking on another companion, and I can understand why, especially again, considering not only is Clara gone, but he also had to say goodbye to River. I think one of the biggest things for him is he doesn't know if he can handle having to say goodbye again, like to form an attachment only to have to say goodbye, which is like a recurring theme within the Doctor, eternally battling that loneliness. So I think that's cool, and I really like it. I want to see where their adventures go from here. Again, this review probably seemed incoherent, and I was jumping from place to place, but it's Doctor Who. Of course you're going to jump from place to place and not really have, like, rhyme or reason. I'm just having fun. I'm just pointing out stuff that I liked, and, what I enjoyed. The editing in this episode was really cool. Again, Capaldi, I'm going to miss him, since this is also going to be his final series. I think he really brought it here. I like the chemistry between him and Bill a lot. I like that she's not just like street smart. It's proven that she's intelligent itself, and I like that she's also a sci-fi fan, so she'll have kind of these geek out reactions similar to us as the audience. So I think it's going to be really cool. I'm interested to see where this goes. Let me know your thoughts and feels in the comments down below. And what are you looking forward to with this season of Doctor Who? Let me know. And subscribe to Comic Frontline if you haven't already. And if you like what I do here on Comic Frontline, you'll definitely enjoy what I do over on my main channel, Mr. J's Comic Reviews. I will leave a link to that as well in the end card. And also, eventually when my review for Class goes up on the main channel, the Doctor Who spinoff, I will leave a link to that as well so you can check that out. So, until next time, oh my god, I didn't even mean to make that into a pun, but until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.